All right, hey there, everyone. Welcome to Distance Friday. Surprise, you're not here, but you're watching this video. So, hooray! I had a different plans for what was going on today, so I had to throw something together real quick. Luckily, I am a master of my craft, and I am able to think on the fly and come up with random stuff for you to do. But yeah, this is something that I think we've talked about a little bit, but I wanted to kind of drive the point home a bit more, and that is why do we even care about balancing these equations? The big thing is that we have to worry about this whole conservation of mass. We can't destroy or create matter. So, because of that, we have to balance this. And I think that's, might seem pretty intuitive to you guys, but just because something's intuitive doesn't mean that it's true. It's always good to go through and actually prove it and actually have as much evidence behind it as you can. That way, if, someone tries to call you out and say, you don't know what you're talking about, you're like, no, 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 evidence, look, evidence. So, um, this is what we're going to do for this. Now, the law of conservation of mass basically states that you cannot create or destroy matter. So any type of matter we have to begin with, we also have to end with. So it would go, it stand to reason that however many grams of material we start with, we also have to end with, right? So let's see if that's true. All right. So what we are going to do is we're going to pretend that we have like every coefficient here. We have 1 mole. Okay. Each coefficient is moles. So in that case, we have 2 moles of H2O, 2 moles of H2, and 1 mole of O2. All right. So what we're going to do, how do you figure out how many grams of H2O you have? If you have 2 moles of this, how much H2O would you have? Well, we go through, we look at the periodic table, and we start counting up stuff. Oxygen is around 16. Hydrogen is 1. So that means we know that H2O is going to have 2 plus 16. We have 18 grams per mole for H2O. And we have 2 moles of this guy. So 2 moles, moles cancel, and we end up with, what does this turn out to be? 36 grams. All right, so we are starting out with 36 grams of stuff. All right. We should end up with 36 grams on the other end. All right, let's see if that's true. All right, O2, go back to the periodic table, is 16. 2 of them there. So 16 times 2 is, 32 grams per mole. And oxygen here just has 1 mole. That's going to be an easy thing to take care of. Pop, pop. So now we have 32 grams of just oxygen. I'm going to separate this. Let's do the same thing for hydrogen gas here. H2. Hydrogen is 1. See that there? 1. But there's 2 of them, so it's actually 2 grams per mole. And for this guy, we have 2 moles. Moles cancel. So this makes it a total of 4 grams. Geez. 4 grams. And sure enough, 32 plus 4 is 36 grams. And if you actually went through and did this reaction and kept everything sealed so that way you don't lose any of the gas or anything like that, you would find this to be true. However many grams you started with is how many grams come out. Mass didn't go anywhere. It just changed form. So what I want you to do is, you had those 20 problems I assigned on Wednesday where you had to predict the thing in the balance. I want you to show that this is true. Do what I did here. Figure out how many grams you started with, how many grams you end with, and they should be the same if you've balanced everything correctly. So pick 5. There was 20 of them, so just pick 5. And doesn't matter which ones, just pick 5. Run through, calculate how many grams you started with and how many grams you end with using the same math. We go from grams to moles. And remember that the coefficients are going to be how many moles you have for these guys. All right, that's that. Hopefully you guys are going to be, staying safe and everything. Don't forget to, social distance, wear your mask, and don't, make out with strangers or something. I don't know. But stay safe, and I will see you guys when we get back into distance learning. Bye.